Well, the big trends at the moment are mainly around online technology. So you're looking particularly at cloud, you're looking at storage, you're looking at big data. So for example, we're now in an era when consumer services like Flickr, like Yahoo, are now giving you 1,000 gigabytes, 1 terabyte of free data online. That's an era that I didn't think we would see certainly this year. It's a similar story for big data, and this is of particular interest to industry because servers' computational power is much, much faster, much greater than it was. What that's enabling to do is industries to actually take the raw data that they have to create patterns, to find clues, make them more efficient, and ultimately to make them money. The third trend here definitely is mobile devices and mobile technology. There's a big swing at the moment away from traditional hardware computers, PCs and laptops, to mobile devices, and we're seeing this particularly in Ireland at the moment as well. There are vast swathes of Irish business and Irish industry which can leverage some of the new technologies very effectively, but they have to move on it. For example, if you're in the insurance industry or the medicine industry, hospital industry, there's an awful lot that you can do with big data without actually having to invest all that much. There are examples in the US, for example, with car insurance companies where if you approach the Mexican border, they will actually send you a text message because they know you're approaching the Mexican border because you've GPS on board, and they will offer you a top-up insurance product. Now that's the kind of lateral thinking that can serve as a case study for Irish companies. Also for Irish companies to be very aware of the very definite shift from PCs and laptops to mobile. So for example, in Ireland, in the last 12 months, there has been a full 12% shift in web usage to mobile use of the web in Ireland, and that is accelerating at the moment. That has several implications for Irish businesses and Irish industry in how they connect, how they present their businesses, even simple things as how much to invest in an app versus a website, etc. So the key thing for Irish businesses to do is understand what the trends are, keep your eyes open, don't be a last mover, a laggard, because you will get left behind. Well, there are two ways of looking at that. The first is to look at the successes of our indigenous IT companies, and there's some clear examples there. You could look, for example, to the Collison brothers, the Limerick Collison brothers, who now have a company in California worth well over $100 million, was worth nothing 2 years ago. You've got guys like Paddy Cosgrave who are setting up international web summits in Ireland and abroad. You've got a whole range of startups that are coming actually largely with multinational experience. The second element in relation to IT is to look at Irish IT infrastructure, and we have actually moved on quite a bit even just in the last few months. So last week, or this week rather, we saw the launch of Eircom's new fibre broadband product. Now that's actually quite ambitious because in total, when it's rolled out, it'll hit 1.2 million premises, 60% of the country. In other words, it's going to hit rural towns and rural areas that UPC would never hit because UPC is an urban concentrated network. The last element there will be to look at will be the 4G mobile rollout, which is starting in the autumn of this year. And that's going to be significant because eventually that will have 70%, minimum 70% population coverage. You're looking at broadband speeds of at least 20 to 30 megabits per second there. That again is going to increase choice. That again is going to help particularly small business to connect. So this time last year, it was a very mixed report card. It's looking a lot brighter in 2013.